Hey guys, Jen from over at World of Jen Craft here. Jen from over at World of Jen Craft in the house. Sorry, I don't know. Yeah, so it's been one of those days. So this is our project. Isn't this just really cute? Let's just pretend I didn't do that and get on with this. I have been having so much fun playing with, here's a sneak peek of the other ones, with the Magical Days stamp set. So I thought I would do another little mini series. This is number 1. This is number 2. This is number 3 and number 4. So be on the lookout for my next 3 videos in addition to this one. Let's get to the supplies and I will show you how I put this together. Of course, the sheer ribbon, because Whisper White organza, I can't get enough of this stuff. Might be tired of it by the end of Locations catalog, but we'll see. Memento Tuxedo Black is what I stamped the dragon in, and Basic Black is what we'll stamp the sentiment in. Magical Day is just a magical little set. I'm loving it. Along with the Magical Mates Framelits dies, you can buy this as a bundle and save 10%, or you can buy them each individually if you don't want one or the other. These Stampin' Blends are what I use to color in my sweet little dragon, and I will list out the colors on the video. Wink of Stella. I'm bringing Wink of Stella back, so watch out. It's on all of these projects. Card kit. Pre-cut card kit for someone who wants to go over to my blog, leave a comment in the post, and I will choose a winner in the next couple of days for this. The card supplies, the paper that I used is Whisper White, and it is a 4 1/4 by 11 scored at 5 1/2. And then this is a 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. A scrap to stamp your dinosaur and the little, I'm trying to get my dimensions up here, to stamp out your stuff. Bermuda Bay cardstock, 4 by 5 1/4 inches, 3-inch circle from the Layering Circles Framelits, a piece of glimmer paper. This is really pretty. This is the iridescent that comes in the pack. 2 3/4 inch circle. And then I have these little teeny tiny accents that I had on my card out of the old olive. So just a little tiny scrap for that. And then the Myths and Magical Specialty DSP. This is the piece that I am using from that. And it is going to be approximately a 1 by 3, which I used as a snow globe base, but it is technically a banner. When I first opened up this die set and saw that in there, I thought, oh my gosh, what is that? You know, because to me it looked like the base to a snow globe, and then I realized that it's the banner that goes with the lettering, the sentiment on here. So that's where the inspiration actually came from. Once I thought about that, I couldn't think of anything else. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to color in our little dragon first. And I did go ahead and pre-stamp him so he had a little bit of time to dry, make sure he was nice and dry before I started coloring. Light and dark Bermuda Bay, light and dark Daffodil Delight, the Cherry Cobbler Light, and the dark Pumpkin Pie are what I'm going to be using to color him in. No special shading, just having fun coloring. All right. Oops, wrong end. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to fast forward while I color, just because there is no special, you know, shading or anything that you have to do for this. Okay, so my dragon is done, and I did want to show you, I won't fast forward through this part, but I wanted to show you how I created my flame. So my flame has a little bit of the cherry cobbler at the bottom and then kind of the orange coming out at the top. So how I got that is I just colored in my cherry cobbler just here, down here at this bottom part, and then I took my pumpkin pie and then I finished out the rest in the pumpkin pie, and then that just kind of blends in that cherry cobbler, which then gives you that kind of two-tone look there. So I'll show you how that turned out there. See it? So I thought that kind of turned out kind of cool. So let's bring out our Big Shot, and I'm going to go ahead and cut him out. So let me get my little dies here. And what I like about these dies is, and I don't know if Stampin' Up! Has changed anything with it or if this is how they've always been, but they cut really super close into the little dragon's body. So you don't have much white space going around him, which I absolutely love. I mean, there's a little bit, but it just gets in there real nice and snug. So there's that, and I'm going to see if I can cut out my flame at the same time. This little guy has a tendency to want to move on me, so it's not going to happen, so I'm going to do this first. Let's bring this back, and I think I'm going to flip my plate over and try and put this in the very center here. It's such a small die, and it kind of wants to move around on the magnetic platform. So let me see if I can manage to get my paper around here. All right, that's it. Hold your breath, see if it cuts out right. Good enough. Okay, so now that we got these little guys cut out, we're going to go ahead and assemble the card, which won't take too long at all. So I'm just going to go ahead and throw on my Bermuda Bay. And that's just going to go right here on your card front. And then we're going to take our Whisper White and do the same. And again, that's just going to go centered onto our Bermuda Bay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to adhere my circle to my Bermuda Bay circle. And like that. And then I'm going to take and just see the way the banner kind of curves up here. That's what I want to be on the top part of this. So I'm just going to go ahead and make sure I've got plenty of adhesive on here. I think that is probably more than enough. And I'm going to line this up because I want a little bit of that the bottom part to stick out. So maybe just 1/8 of an inch on either side. So that is what is going to give us our snow globe. Isn't that just stinking adorable? All right. And then this is just going to get put down here, probably about 1/2 of an inch up from the bottom of your card base. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stamp out our sentiment here at the top. And again, I'm going to use the Archival Basic Black for that. And that's just going to go, I have a hard time kind of seeing, so I'm gauging by my snow globe. Oh, good. Okay, that is wonderful. I'm going to let that dry for a second, so let's go ahead and we're going to pop up our dragon with some Stampin' Dimensionals. Put maybe one here on his tail and one over here and then one kind of closer up here. And I think I'm going to cut one in half just to put up on his head. Just right here in the curve. And then I have him off-centered here in the circle a little bit so we can make room for his little flames, which is going to get adhered on just with a little tiny glue dot because that'll fit just perfectly underneath of the flame. and it'll stick nicely to the glimmer paper. I don't know if you guys have worked much with glimmer paper, but I have found that using my regular adhesive, just this stuff, it has a tendency to pick up a lot of the glitter, and then it'll end up just falling off the piece that I stuck to it. So I either like to use a glue dot, red line tape, tear and tape, or like I have an ATG gun that I use that has fairly nice adhesive. So just something with a little more adhesive with a little more substance. Oh, even your fine tip glue pen or your liquid glue. So those are just a couple different ideas that you can use to adhere on to, and these little Stampin' Dimensionals stick to, because they're pretty sticky. So I'm going to grab out my fine tip glue pen, which I ended up sticking a pin in it because my other lid that came with it wasn't cooperating with me. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to make 3 little dots here, and this is where we are going to put our tiny little itty bitty sparkly things. That this is a die, believe it or not, that comes in the die set. So I'm just going to stick that on very carefully, and I'm going to do that to 6 of them. All right, that is done. And so our very last thing is to make a little ribbon, a little bow. So let me just cut off a little bit of it here, probably more than I needed, but that's okay. So I'm just going to bring my bow down towards me, or my ribbon, bow, ribbon, whatever it is. And then I'm going to bring this back behind, and then I'm going to go ahead and just pull in and down, kind of holding on to my knot as I go so I don't lose that knot. And then once I get kind of down to the size that I'm getting close to, then I pull it and make it how I want it. So I think that looks good there for my bow. So let's get these little ends cut off. I think that'll be about right. And then we're just going to stick this on with a glue dot. And that is going to go just in the center of our little base here. So just like that. Kind of make sure it's fluffed up and placed right, and I think that looks good. So that is it. This is our project for the day. I think I got something on there. Okay, there it is. That was bugging me. All right, girls and boys, if you are watching as well, this is it. So stinking adorable. You know, do you ever finish a card and you're like, okay, I've been doing this for, I don't know, 10 to 15 years I've been making cards. And I'm like, I think this might be my favorite card ever. I don't even know. I should just stop making cards at this point, because I don't think I'm ever going to make one that I think is as cute. Okay, well, I lied. Maybe one of the other cards that I made with the set. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you would like, I will have printable downloadable dimensions along with the supply list that I used, and that'll be over on my blog, worldofjencraft.com. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will catch you on part number 2 in a few days. Bye.